Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Taco Bell review, I guess. Here I have the MGA Miniverse Taco Bell Cheesy Gordita Crunch Do-It-Yourself Special Edition Ball. This originally released on the TikTok shop, I believe, for like, I think 2-3 hours. And then it eventually got put up on MGA Miniverse's website proper. The ball itself cost about $13. And shipped, I think I got mine for about 20 total, maybe a little bit less. But yeah, this is a kit to make a cheesy gordita crunch and 2 crunchy tacos. I haven't really done one of these, make your own kits before. As you know, I do the 5 surprise balls. I'm surprised they didn't go that route with Taco Bell since they did it with KFC. But as you can see back there, I have a Taco Bell bag magnet from Etsy. Many years ago at this point. But yeah, I was excited to get this, and I wanted to share it with you because I haven't really done one of these before. So I guess we can open the whole thing on camera. These pull tabs never like to work properly. Yeah, this one. I mean, I'm probably just throwing out the outer layer anyway, let's be real here. I will say one thing I do like about the ball itself. It's got a flat bottom, so it's not constantly rolling around. It actually has a flat bottom, so it can stop there. Alright, we got off the first layer. Let's take a look at that second layer. It's got some nice detail on it. I do like it. Happy, 100%. With moss, good stuff. There's fire sauce, there's hot sauce. I don't see any mild or Diablo. Yeah, not seeing any mild or Diablo. That's lame. Alright. I think from this side would be easier to pull off. Well, I guess I was wrong. Let's try the other side then. Even though this one's thinner. They really don't want me to make this cheesy gordita crunch. As of the time of filming this, I did have one earlier, believe it or not. Gotta use those fire rewards sometime. Now that I think about it, why does the app only go up to fire tier? Why not Diablo tier? Oh well, this layer is getting ripped. Yeah, get. I mean, the packaging's nice, I guess. Not a fan of all this plastic shrink wrap, though. Sometimes it could be a pain in the ass, like it is being right now, to get all of it off. I almost bought 2 of these, but I don't know, $13 seemed like a lot for what you get. Come on. Almost got it. There's just this one little... Ugh, this does not want to get up. Come on. There we go. That took forever to get off. Alright. Okay, so here's what the plastic ball looks like. There's quite a bit in here. Let me get my trash over here. You can see all what we get. Alright, I see the instructions here. Okay, that's cool. We actually get some Taco Bell wrapping paper, so you could wrap it like the actual item. You do get a bag. Okay, the bag. Oh no, this is a Lux box. So yeah, you just kind of open it up here, and then it's not quite the exact same dimensions as a Lux box, but that's cool. Might have to get like a weight and flatten that out. Here we have the flatbread. We'll open this in a second here. We got the crunchy taco shells. And then I guess we can see what's in here. I don't think my light has any UV light to it. I do have a UV light here, but I don't know if this has any UV light to it, so actually I think we're fine. I don't think this is a... Okay, so we get a tray here. It says Taco Bell on it, liking that. You get a taco holder. I think it goes that way. That was all that was in that one. And then we got 2 more packages here. That was a better job of opening it. Okay. I think that was everything in there. Yep. There's so much plastic trash crap here. I don't know what this goes to. But yeah, this is the resin. And then there's a little, I think, guide on how to use it. It's pretty self-explanatory, I'm pretty sure. I can't even peel off the directions here. That's not a good sign. Get off, damn it. Oh well, I'll worry about that later when I make this. Oh, last bag. I'm guessing this is where the meat, the cheese, the lettuce is. Alright. Here's the lettuce and cheese. I like that. It comes in its own little bag here. That's funny. I like that. And then we got, I'm guessing, the beef. Yeah, a lot of beef. I can feel it in the package a little bit. Seasoned beef there. Taco Bell name and logo used under license. Do not eat, of course. So if I reframe all of this, oh, is there 3 here? I think there's 3 here. Yeah, there's 3 there. Alright, let's lower this a bit. Oop. Let me readjust this so we can get a better look at everything. Alright, so we get our seasoned beef, we got our lettuce and cheese, we got the 3 cheese blend, we got the shells, we got the flatbread, we got a pair of tongs here, which are in their own little piece of plastic. They don't want to come out. If they would come out. Oh, I think I know what this is for. This is for the dome. Maybe. It doesn't want to go in. I'm not going to force it anymore. Maybe this is like a crock charm? I'm pretty sure it goes in the top of the dome, but it really don't want to. Like I'm going to have to use like a hairdryer, heat that up. It looks like there is how-to videos. Not sure if there's one for this particular one, but here's a guide on how you make your tacos. It says 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not sure if that's per one or not, but I see the idea here. Yeah, that's definitely supposed to be on top of the ball, but like I said, it really don't want to go in there. Like, I might actually just put this on my Crocs. But yeah, I'm not putting it in there all the way since it doesn't seem like it wants to go in. I know it's supposed to, but I'll just stick that on top. Let's see. I guess we can start building this. Let's look at these crunchy shells first. Should get 3 in here. Take a look at those shells. Looks like cheesy Gordita shells. Or not cheesy Gordita. Doritos Locos. I think I see a mold mark on these. Yeah, there's mold marks on them. That's not too big a deal. The seasoning, I guess, looks good. But I think the idea here is you would put all of these in there. And then you grab the flatbread for the Gordita one. Oh, they give you 2. Interesting. That's weird. Was I supposed to get 2? Oh, these are like, ugh, rubbery and ugh, yikes. I don't like the feeling on this. It's so weird. Yeah, yuck. Does look like a flatbread though. And you can flatten it out, but I don't recommend it. So, if you want to make 2 Gorditas, I guess you could. And then you just stick that in there. Obviously, you got to put the cheese in between, but... alright. Let me see if this instruction booklet has anything. Nope, this is just the warning guide. When layering resin, set each layer under direct sunlight or UV light. If bubbles appear, use tongs to pop them. Do not over stir resin. Before setting resin, use the tongs to carefully place all your items. Set resin in direct sunlight or under UV light. The intensity of the sun may vary depending on location and time of day. Yeah, you would think, right? Dispose of resin properly by placing open bottle under direct sunlight or UV for 5 minutes, then place in a trash bin. When ready, place it on a tray in direct sunlight or under UV light for 5 minutes of the recommended time shown on your recipe card. Only check if resin is hardened with the tweezers provided. Remove your item from the sunlight or UV light to cool down before touching it. If the resin is still sticky, let it sit in direct sunlight or under UV light for 5 more minutes. Alright, seems pretty self-explanatory. I think I'm just going to make the Gordita Crunch on camera, and then I'm going to make the Crunchy Tacos off camera. Like I said, it's my first time doing this. I better plug my phone in real quick while I'm filming. Alright, let's see what we got here. So step 1, let's get our tongs. And step 2, it says to make the tacos first. I ain't doing that. I'm making the Gordita. So let's start with the resin here, and let's see if I can get that guide off. Almost got it, actually. This might just be a product safety thing. This really doesn't want to come off, dude. Like there's this little pamphlet on here, and it's just not wanting to come off. Alright, I'm getting box cutter. Just very carefully gonna score the guide, and hopefully that'll help it pop up. Dude, this is annoying. I'm already 11 minutes into the video. There we go. I got this off finally. It does appear to be just a little bit of a warning guide. Do not eat. Very warm. Okay. Fun. So I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I'm opening this off camera just so I don't accidentally coat my stuff in resin. Alright. So it says here to, let's get those out of the way, to coat this whole thing in cheese and then put, oh, it wants us to make the taco first. I see. I get it now. Make the taco, put the taco in the shell. So, fine. We'll make the taco first. So to make the taco, we want to put in the beef first. Let's open up the beef here. That's kind of funny looking. It does look a little bit like the ground beef, but it looks more like sand because that's what it is. It's basically like a composite sand. Yuck. Gross. Alright, this is probably how much they use in an actual taco, but we're going to load ours up. Okay, maybe they use a little bit more than that. You know, I hope they have like a quesadilla set someday. Or a quesarito, but they probably didn't do a burrito because it wouldn't be easy to see the work that you put into it. These tongs are giving me some trouble, I'm not gonna lie. This beef does not want to come off these tongs. God. Man. Just stay in taco, damn it. Alright, we're using our fingers. Alright, well, the beef is falling out of the taco now. Alright, maybe I should do this off camera. I wanted to do one on camera at least so you guys can get an idea on how this is done. Stupid beef. Stay in the damn taco shell, man. I don't have this problem when I'm eating actual taco. Alright, I'm doing this off camera. Sorry, guys. Alright, I got the beef in there. That took some time. So, oh, actually, before we put the resin on, let's open up our cheese and lettuce. Don't want to spill this everywhere. Good. So Taco Bell, for some reason, likes to put the lettuce on top of the beef instead of the cheese. What? But let's go ahead and throw some of that lettuce on after we put the cheese on. The 3-cheese blend, that is. Don't want to put on too much. Don't want to not put on enough. You know, it'd probably be a good idea if I unscrewed this and took off. There was a piece of tape on there. I really should pay more attention. You can't pay attention, it's free. There we go. Be careful not to get this on your skin. It could burn. I'm doing my best here not to. Alright, we got that off safely. Now let's put on our 3-cheese blend. I don't know how much I need. You know, with all the beef we put in there, we actually still got quite a lot in there for that. So, future project maybe. Dude, I'm shaking, but like this is barely coming out. All right, the cheese is on there. Let's throw on some lettuce. Right, it says to use the tongs. I'm gonna put that there. Hopefully that's good in frame. I feel like that's a hearty helping of lettuce. This one I don't like how it's placed. All right. What do we think? Is that enough lettuce? I feel like we need to put on more. I feel like I'm being too skimpy. Come on. Grrrah. Alright, I got it on there. I'm trying to put more on this end. I am going to save some of the lettuce and cheese, though. I don't know how the beef sand is going to hold up. Alright, that's good. So far, so good. It's not looking too bad. And I think we'll put a small amount on top of the lettuce. Just a little bit. Probably should have warmed this resin up a little bit. I feel like that's enough resin on top of the lettuce. Just a little bit. And then we're going to have to skimp on the cheese just a little bit. And we just started to fly everywhere. That's fun. That's exactly what I intended. Not really. The cheese kind of feels a little rubbery. Like it feels like it's bouncy. Like I can... See, this is what I was hoping wasn't going to happen. It just spilled out everywhere. Ugh. Alright. I don't have everything back in the container, but I do have it in little sections here, so it's not going to come out. But let's see. Do I have enough cheese on that? I feel like I could put on just a little bit more. I feel like some of that's not touching the resin. But let's go ahead and bake it. I don't know how long this is going to take. It said 5 minutes. You know, now that I think about it, I'm going to close this up. Just in case. I'm sure some of the cheese will fall off. I can always put on more resin. And I think I have a tube of resin from another DIY kit that I just never used. But yeah, stuff's going to fall out no matter what I do, but I'm trying to see if I can see the resin curing in there. It said 5 minutes, so I'm just going to let it do its thing. You know, as this sits here curing, I'm reminded of those videos where people make tiny food out of actual food. Alright, it's been around 5 minutes. Some of the cheese is going to fall off, and I'm fine with that. But let's see how it did. Is everything going to fall out? It's definitely warm. That's actually quite a surprise. It is definitely warm. So this resin is working, and the UV light also is as well. So that's good to hear, good to see. I don't think it's fully set, but it's close to it. Yeah, when I move this, it's all in like one big like pile of stuff. So it definitely seems to be working. Yeah, all right. So definitely about 5 minutes-ish, give or take. So I think what I'm going to do now... Getting fine with some of the cheese spilling out, and it's mostly set by now. Here I have the Godita shell, and now it says to just cover the whole shell in that resin cheese. And I think the idea here is I'm going to put it not fully in there, but then I'm going to use this, doing my best not to fully coat it. Or rather, I don't want to put this in my hand. I just want to... I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill it mostly in the middle and then come back through on the sides. Okay. Getting it on the sides was going to be more difficult, so I figured just putting it in one big glob on the sides and then just letting it drape down is the best choice. Don't want to use too much, don't want to use not enough, you know. I think that's a good amount for this portion. Alright, let's... Right, use the tweezers, don't be dumb. This is already cooled down. And just set the taco in. Alright, I got it in there. Just gonna, okay, be careful where I put my fingers. Squeeze it in there. Again, be careful where you put your fingers. There's some cheese coming out on the sides. Actually, I'm okay with it coming out on this side, but I think it's coming out a little too quickly. So what I'm gonna do, some of the cheese fell off, that's fine. I'm gonna kind of coat the edges here. I'm okay if it's not perfect. They give you 2 gordita shells, don't forget. I think that's good. Let's go ahead and cure that. And now we wait. You know, doing this DIY set reminds me of when Cup Noodle did their Cup Noodle Gundam model kit. It wasn't a Gundam, it was actually a Cup Noodle model kit. Like a legit just Cup Noodle that was a model kit. Kind of crazy. Alright, I think that's enough time drying, curing it. Yep, it's nice and rigid, it ain't moving. The cheese looks good on the outside here, maybe a little too viscous even after it's been dried, but the gordita's looking pretty good. I'd eat that. I mean, I had one earlier. I will say, I think that the gordita shell is a little bit thick, but, well, you know, I really wanted to get this kit because, as you know, I collect action figures. It's like the main thing on my channel, right? And, you know, I want them to be able to be displayed with these items. So I'm going to grab Sonic here. He's currently holding some Mentos. But now Sonic can enjoy his cheesy gordita crunch. I just think that's so funny. Yeah, here's Sonic. He's eating a Taco Bell cheesy gordita crunch. What about it? Anyway, I'm going to cut the video there. I need to clean up the rest of the cheese down here, but I wanted to share my experience as I've never done one of these kits before. I like the idea of it. I do, you know, making your own food as a display piece. And, you know, if you're an action figure collector, I think that this is something that's a good display piece for your, you know, action figures, right? I like all of the branded boxes inside here. You know, you got your flatbread box, and 2 of them come in there. I like that. I will be saving these boxes. And then you get one for the shell here. It's nice. And I think on the back you have, yep, you actually have nutrition facts. I forgot to show that off. Serving size, 1, trying to read that, 1 something mini. 100% extra cheesy, 100% stacks of fun, 100% crunch-tastic. And I use actual photos of tacos and gordita here. It's even got a mini barcode. I like that. Taco Bout Tiny, 100%. One Bite Wonder, 100%. Need more tacos, 100%. Taco Bell is not responsible for delicious delusions. But I like that it comes with all this branded stuff. Even the 3 cheese blend is branded. It comes with the Taco Bell taco holder. I like that. These are tongs. And you even get the paper if you want to wrap them up in the Taco Bell wrapping. I like that a lot. It's printed just like an actual Taco Bell wrapper here with the, you know, the lettuce, the reduced fat, sour cream, tomato, onion, etc. Onion. I can't remember the last time I got just onion. Like, it's usually pico that they have. I do like that the ball, you know, it's got a flat bottom. It's mostly reusable. This thing still does not want to go in there, and I'm pretty sure it'll fit in my crock, so I might just put it in there instead. But what do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments down below. $20 after shipping. I think it's a bit much. It's too bad this is not available at retail, like at a retail store. I know that they've done, I think, Starbucks. I think they've done a Target one as well. I do wish that, you know, we had more options to choose from, like a Crunchwrap Supreme, but given that this is you making your own food, most of it being covered up, you know, by a tortilla shell, it makes sense why they would go with the cheesy gordita crunch, and 2 tacos. I will say I would like to see a supreme taco in the future. I think that would work well. Oh, the nacho fries. The nacho fry platter. That would be such an easy one to do. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.